I'd like to welcome you to the newest um, astrological prognosis of Djedtaroth website. We're on the website in a form of a blog, a Facebook page where you can contact us. We have a Twitter account, and you can contact us for any questions, queries, and individual readings through Djedtaroth at gmail.com. Yes, new astrological term, new spring, is something that changes lots of things when it comes to perception of ourselves. This tarot reading is basically about giving you a general idea what the May is going to be like when it comes to the energies, the general mood and general character of the May day, from starting from the 1st till 31st of May. The first card here is, as you can see, this is the 10th of Swords. Tenth of Swords is an interesting card which generally describes man lying face down with 10 long swords embedded in his back. A red cape is draped over the lower half of his body, while his top half remains unclothed, and the sky above him is pitch black, and there is a general feeling of pain, loss, and misfortune. However, despite this ominous images, there are positive aspects to this card. The sea before which the body lies is still and calm, and the sun is rising in the distance beyond the mountains, indicating that the darkness will soon be dispelled, as each new beginning must come from an end. With every defeat ends, there are sown the seeds of future victory. So that's the very general symbolical aspect of it. 10 of Swords is about a sudden and unexpected failure or disaster, or some sort of power beyond our control that crushes us without some sort of warning or mercy, and something that actually gives us the chance to alter the course of this impending disaster, but most of the time you will simply have to let go and take the hit. This card also indicates a time when you have been backstabbed or betrayed by someone you thought you could trust, or you feel incredibly hurt and shocked by such betrayal. The card is often associated with all sorts of feelings, but the feeling that you basically can describe as a feeling of the victim in the situation. You may feel powerless, or something comes to a crushing and sudden end. You feel as if you were being attacked by someone else. You crave certain energies, like crave the energy of pity, or crave the energy of some sort of relief. You may even use this time, which is quite challenging, to portray yourself as a martyr, to show that you have your interest lost, but you have suffered as a result. This card shows basically the ending of certain period of time that has been happening until now, and it's something that that you may feel very in a very painful way, but not necessarily. Maybe the case, the issue of feeling this way. As the new periods in time comes, as the new time comes in, as a form of a new season, which is spring, new energies, basically backlash, a new energies come into your life, showing you that there must be ends to certain visions and certain prejudices and certain misconceptions when it comes to understanding your own mission in this life, and certain things that are basically not working. So this card may be actually bringing something great, something that you have yearned for a longer period of time, this card is basically showing you that the pain soon will be over, and you yourself will evolve into something completely new. And it's as simple as that. It's with all new, with all the endings, there will be some new beginnings. And rebirth, rejuvenation of the spirit and your heart. And this card generally seems quite negative, but I think on the contrary, you can actually understand this card as sort of invitation to actualizing, making sure that you update yourself, you basically use some new energies and new visions to basically show yourself from a completely different point of view. You can see something new rising. So this card here is basically showing us that you may simply see yourself in a completely new perspective. So this is the way how you feel yourself. How do you feel about yourself? The next card, which I normally try to think about as a card of our needs, of our willings, of everything that we really want in this life at the moment, is here is Nine of Cups. Nine of Cups is an interesting card showing you a person and showing you a person with some interesting background. So it's like a bit portly middle-aged man who sits upon a wooden bench with his arms crossed in the contentment. As you can see, those sense of happiness, sense of self-preservation, and he's dressed smartly and wears an expression of true satisfaction on his face. His red headdress symbolizes an active mind. Behind him is a wall, 9 golden cups, which are arranged in a well-structured, organized arch, and this man enjoys success both materially and spiritually, and represents the fulfillment realized after the accomplishment of something which was our deepest desires. 9 here represents a very positive thing. It represents integrity and completion, the final stage of development. So it may relate to something that was represented in the first card in this case study. This is the final stage that may bring certain problems, and past experiences and methods coping become important here and are intrinsic part of the meaning attached to the nines. So 9 of Cups shows a tendency to daydream and enjoy the pleasures of life. You are likely to spend more time thinking about big ideas and the grand schemes for an ideal lifestyle that you may pursue, and you don't necessarily need to execute those ideas at the moment. It's good to think big, but it's also good to think about the balance with some sort of action to ensure that you can fulfill your dreams. So what you really want to do now is just basically bringing some new quality to your life, helping yourself with some certain sort of happiness in areas such as health, finances, work, luck, love, and relationships. But after difficult choices of something that, for example, 7 of Cup represents a stagnation of the 8. The Cups suit starts to balance out with 9, one of the most positive and uplifting cards of entire deck, I have to say. The 9 of Cups can show you some sort of satisfaction on all kinds of levels: emotional, physical, sensual. So it's no wonder that many tarot readers refer to this card as a wish card, as its appearance is often taken as a sign that whatever your heart desires, it shall be granted in the coming days of the weeks, now that you have paved your own way on the path to success. So very, very, very positive, very harmonious card. The next one is Ten of Cups. Ten of Cups in this reading, as you probably remember, represents something that something that we may be afraid of. Ten of Cups is an interesting card for many reasons. Here we also may see some interesting, happy image of a couple, loving couple, united by the bonds of true everlasting love. They are not only have each other, but all the everything that they wish for in life as well, represented by two children, having some fun and dancing. Desired and a small but comfortable home in the distance, surrounded by trees and water. The family home symbolizes stability and homely comforts, while the green garden symbolizes fertility. River symbolizes free flow of feelings. There's a rainbow here, which there's a cup overhead. It's some sort of blessing. Cups symbolize an abundance of heavenly gifts, and the rainbow signifies the end of hard times, and is also considered to be a highly spiritual sign, spiritual omen in many of the world's religions. Now, this card is something that is also very positive in terms of happiness, romantic relationships, family, all sorts of encouragement to follow your heart and go with the intuition. This card is a sign also in getting the idea, getting the picture of something that you may lose. Your intuition has to be very, very much focused on things you really want to achieve. It highlights when there is a misalignment of personal values, so you're not living by your personal values and you're not being true to yourself. You're allowing others to determine what will and what will not make you happy, rather than just looking by within inside yourself for the source of fulfillment. And as a result, you're questioning whether you really believe in what you're doing. You may be madly rushing into things and trying to achieve things in haste, but it just doesn't work. So you may be afraid of losing things as well. So that's the card describing our fears. The next one is Queen of Cups. In this set, Queen of Cups is a card that basically represents everything that is going for us. Queen of Cups again is a very very interesting card when it comes to showing you the realm of emotions, the richness of it, the fertility of it. We have an introspective woman here who sits on a throne at the edge of the sea. In her hands she cradles a beautiful cup with handles shaped like angels. The cup is closed, an indication that the thoughts of the queen originate from the unconscious and from the depth of your soul. And wearing a gold crown and a silver robe, she is alone, sitting and staring at this cup while she holds before her, with both hands on the base. The stone throne upon which she sits is decorated with the images of sea nymphs, fish, and scallop shells. So everything that is basically referring to the element of water, which is basically about emotions. Queen of Cups is usually a card that symbolizes some sort of fruition in terms of your emotions, something that shows the nurturing, caring, compassionate, and sensitive side of yourself. It's it's about meeting certain people who express certain characters, like for example, a good wife, loving mother, someone who is emotionally secure, someone who can connect us to an emotional level of others, someone who is admired for fairness and honesty, someone who is very warm-hearted, someone who is often a healer, someone who is quite often a psychic counselor, someone whose main tool is intuition. Mm, Not only intuition is more powerful here, but it's pure source of emotions, pure source of connection with subconsciousness. Um, this card is often compared to the High Priestess. She's often like a mirror reflecting the hidden depths of something that is not necessarily seen at first glance. A very positive card when it comes to understanding how intuition, how forces of our emotions are important when it comes to um, our development. It suggests lots of things. Suggests foremostly to empathize with others, to show true compassion. It focuses on our emotional well-being and emotional well-being of others, rather than relying on the rational or logical explanation. Um, it's an invitation to support and teach others by drawing upon your intuition and sense of calm inside, sense of emotional connectedness. It's about learning how these in need cope with their life changes, and how to share your knowledge. The greatest advantage, the greatest asset of the Queen of Cups is her ability to sense the needs of those around her. So, to her associations with the element of water, the Queen of Cups can be passive and receptive. Uh, this is an invitation for us to be less challenging to others, to be more supportive, more empathetic, and to help others to understand themselves. Uh, it's also about genuine warmth and caring nature that can make us a good beacon of light for others. So this card is basically an invitation to support others, looking at others through our own intuition, through our own sense of um, sympathy and empathy, rather than challenging others with your ideas, with your with your attitude. Yes. So we have two more cards. Card 4, card 5. What is going against you? Uh, what is going against you is a Knight of Swords. Knights of Swords here shows a young man in his armor riding a powerful white horse into the midst of a battle in the distance. White color of the horse symbolizes the purity of the intellectual energy that that motivates the rider. The sky behind him is filled with storm clouds and the trees are tossed wildly by the wind. The horse harness is decorated with images of butterflies and birds, and the nightscape is also decorated with birds. He charges forward with great momentum, and apparently without any regard to the dangers he may encounter. This card is basically a warning towards yourself, understanding that you have to basically analyze the situation very gently and very sensibly to understand the dangers that might occur on your way, in your life's path. This is basically this is basically the warning to you that you may have to harness your own emotions. You have to harness your own sense of judgment and your judgmental nature towards others. And basically plan things better ahead. So that's a general warning. And the last card here, which normally I put as the likely outcome of all things. The likely outcome of our efforts in May is represented by the card which I hold here, which is Page of Cups. Page of Cups is basically a card that helps us to understand that there is a new beginning, new season, a new period, renewal. It's something that you can understand also as an encouragement to take a fresh perspective on difficult issues and to approach the whole situation with a benefit of the doubt, with a bit of love and compassion. Page of Cups appearance tells you that you should never stop listening, you should never stop learning, using tools such as intuition and the belief in your dreams. If you cease to dream, then your dreams shall never come true, because they do not exist anymore. And most of the most pessimistic, darkest moments, dreams can often provide a ray of hope through, with the Page of Cups can manifest. So dare to dream, and all things become possible. Very positive card, very positive outcome of all our efforts. While May can be a bit challenging at times, it basically shows you the perspective that you can achieve through your own intuition, through belief in yourself, and anything that you may doubt. And it's definitely a card that you would like to see when it comes to understanding your own success. And also encourages you to understand that everything depends on you, but not as a burden of some sort of difficult responsibility, but foremostly as something which is magical, something that is wonderful. With this card, I would like to wish you a very happy Beltane, and beginning of May is usually the happy happy period of time when you actually understand certain things as magical. Certain things can be the pathway to a renewal, to something that can help you to understand your life from a different perspective. So I'd like to wish you all the best in this beautiful month, and please visit us on Facebook, Djedtaroth. You can visit us on our blog, where I regularly write about cards in Tarot and their meaning, and you can visit our Twitter account and see all the updates for all the queries and questions and individual readings. Please email us at djedtaroth@gmail.com. That'll be all for now. I will see you next month, and please look out for new videos. Please look out for new articles on my blog. Everything is coming in time. Thank you very much for listening. Thank you everybody.